Welcome back, all you little liars, for another episode of 3 Shades of Truth. I'm your host, Abby, and today we have a special guest joining us. So tune in to hear all the shit she has to say.
I've got a lot to say.
Okay. All right, guys. So today's surprise guest is my sister. I know we've talked about her quite a bit on the podcast before. So she's in town and she's making a guest appearance. So let me introduce you to Grace.
Hi, everyone. What's up, little liars?
She's a Gen Zer, too.
Yeah, big Gen Z here. If you weren't scared before, I'm a Gen Z and I just turned 25 last week. So the Gen Zs are in their mid-20s now.
Yeah, she's in her quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like you're in a crisis mode, though. I feel like you're like finally in like a thriving mode.
Well, the past couple months.
Yeah.
But career-wise, friends-wise, social life-wise, I would say I'm doing pretty good.
Just some like weird shit has happened to you.
Yeah, and it's okay. We go through different seasons. I was listening, I was at church actually. They were talking about different seasons of your life. And I was like, wow, I've been in a really good one. So I think I jinxed myself that day.
Yeah.
And then it had to get a little rough, but that's okay. I'm just practicing my resilience.
Oh, practicing your resilience. Mm-hmm. Doesn't she sound like a Gen Zer, everyone?
Yeah. I'm a real wholesome Gen Z.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, give us a little background info. What are you doing? What do you do for work? Where do you live? All those things.
Okay. So I lived in Ohio for most of my life, obviously. We grew up in Ohio.
Also, we're going to do a poll on this. Everyone thinks we're twins. So let us know.
Yeah, everyone thinks we're twins. Or if you don't think we're twins, because I don't know. I mean, we still get that a decent amount. But if you don't think we're twins, well, you already know how old we are. As soon as someone asks if we're twins, we always go, well, who do you think is older?
And most of the time it's Grace.
Yeah. I was going to say, I feel like it's kind of a toss-up, but we also haven't done this with the bangs. The bangs are new.
I think the bangs make you look a lot older.
Yeah.
More mature.
Much more mature.
More mature. Anyways, sorry, go on. I interrupted you. Tell us about yourself.
So I moved down to Florida about a year and a half ago. I live in like Sarasota, Bradenton. Well, it's Bradenton, but we say Sarasota because that's cooler. I actually moved down there for work. I'm a teacher. I taught in public school in Ohio for a year, and then I got a really good opportunity with this school down south. And just growing up, I've always hated the winter. I remember vividly like everyone going out to go shovel the driveway at our old house in Concord, and I refused, and I stayed inside and I played with my Barbies. I had some good winter memories though. Like we would sled ride in the backyard. We did a lot of sled riding growing up. But now I'm back in Ohio right now, and I love to tell Abby I'm cold, and I'm cold right now.
And it honestly like pisses me. It wouldn't if you like if it's a person that lives in Ohio and they're like, oh, I'm a little chilly. Yeah, I get that. Like it's cold. But when you like come from Florida and you're like, oh my God, it's so cold. I'm so cold. I have to wear 5 million layers. I'm like, okay, let's tone it down a little bit. Like we get it. You live in Florida. You're used to the warm temperature. Like, come on. Yeah, we know it's cold. It's Ohio. What did you expect?
Yeah, no, I was expecting this, but they do say your blood thins out the longer you're there. And
you're going to probably get skin cancer too down there.
Well, I already had a dermatologist where they had to get it tested, but it's okay. Like I was not I went through phases with sunscreen growing up.
No, Grace, when we were kids, we have a pond at my parents' house, and we used to swim in the pond, and Grace would come out in her bathing suit, but then her skin would literally be white from how much sunscreen she slapped on. So we used to call her sunscreen girl.
Yeah. And then once I got to high school, I had really college. It was tanning beds all the time.
Yeah. Complete opposite direction.
Yeah, complete opposite direction. Fun, I don't want to say fun fact about us, but like we can actually get like somewhat tan even though we're gingers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really necessarily like tan.
We get a lot more spots. We get a lot of freckles.
More spots. Like I definitely don't look pale. Like some of my friends that get tan, when I come back from Florida or whatever, like they're pasty and I still have a little bit more color, I guess I would say.
I feel like I get a tiny bit more tad than you and you get more red sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it turns into
my
tan.
My tan is almost like orange, but not like spray tan orange. It's just not like that olive tan that some people get.
Yeah, well, because we're part Italian, but then we're also part Polish.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're a mix of things.
Yeah. We're mutts.
But other than that, I don't know. I'm 25. In my free time, what do I like to do? Love to work out.
Big workout girly.
Yeah, big workout girly.
She texted me asking if we were going to work out this morning. I'm like, do you even know me?
Well, you do hot yoga, and I do like hot yoga. And
Yeah.
I haven't been to yoga in a while, and I'm definitely feeling it. So I like to work out. I love to cook. What else?
She sews.
Yeah, I recently got into sewing. Well, I grew up, in case y'all didn't know, 4-H has a part of it that isn't just cows and pigs and chickens and rabbits. It's very
big
niche.
4-H girl.
Very niche. It's kind of my lore, honestly. I
Your
did
lore?
4-H. Yeah, do you know what lore is, or do you need
Like
my Gen Z explanation?
Doesn't lore... Go ahead. Give me your Gen Z explanation.
Your lore is something kind of like unsuspecting about
Isn't it
you.
kind of like a fun fact, basically?
Kind
like
of
something
a fun
someone
fact,
wouldn't
but
guess?
it's some kind of like explains something about you, I guess, though, too. Like
What does you doing 4-H explain about you?
like my sewing.
Okay, continue with your story.
Okay. So I did 4-H sewing and scrapbooking. So I know like a decent amount about sewing. And this past summer was the first time I didn't get like a second job as a teacher, because most teachers have like a summer job. And I came back to Ohio for like 2 months. And I just got back into my sewing because I didn't have anything else to do. And yeah,
She made some really cute bags. I've been trying to convince her to like start an Instagram account or something, because she actually made really cute like canvas bags. And then she also, this sweatshirt she actually embroidered for me as part of my birthday gift, and it says 3 shades on it, and then on the sleeve it says Abby. I'll upload some closer pictures to see. But she also made me a dress as well, and it fit perfectly.
which I was very surprised about. I did not think, I thought I was going to have to make some alterations, but I'm glad it fit.
And I have clothes that could be altered.
Yeah. My kind of goal is I would love to have my own business one day of either creating clothes or tailoring clothes. But I like making clothes from scratch, like the dress and like the patterns, tailoring, all that kind of things. But I really more love thrifting. And I don't know if it's because we have such a good thrift store in Florida that I love going to, that it makes me want to do it more. But like even for my birthday, I had that martini skirt.
Yeah, that was cute.
I tailored. Well, I shouldn't say tailored. I put 2 seams on the side, and
But you
made
still
a little-
altered. I mean, you altered it. You made alterations.
I
to
made
it.
alterations. Yeah, so that's just what I like to do. But I don't know. I go back and forth because I would love to make a business out of it, but as soon as you make something a business, sometimes you lose your passion for it. And it's also fun to have something that's just like, oh, I just like to do this.
Yeah,
too.
that's true. That's very true. Maybe one day when you have more time.
Yeah.
Because right now you're just busy. You're at
Yeah.
that point in your life where you're like grinding and just have a lot of things going on. And like,
Yeah, but like I also don't have kids or like a family, so like
I mean, you're only
gonna get
25.
busier. Yeah, no, I'm not saying I should, but I'm just saying like once you have kids and a family, like then
Your
it
life gets
even
really
crazy.
busy. Yeah, you get really busy.
Yeah.
So being a Gen Zer, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is something I just really never understood with the pimple patches. So, like, I have a pimple patch on right now, and it's a clear circle one.
Right.
The Gen Zers wear these, like, bright, like, star or smiley face shaped ones.
Yeah.
Like, in public settings. Like, there was a girl that I work with. She's a young Gen Zer. She's an aide where I work, and she had bright green stars on her face all day at work. And I wanted to be like, "Whoa. Why do they do that? Why do you do that?"
Personally, I don't even own pimple patches. I do not subscribe to the neon pimple patches. I did notice that specifically more at my job in Ohio, honestly. Like, I don't know if I see as many kids, at least at my school, doing that, but I don't know.
I see like young Gen Zers wearing them all the time in like a workplace environment. I'm like, and it's something that kind of bothers me a little bit, if I'm being honest.
I don't know. And to be honest, when I first started seeing them, I didn't even know they were pimple patches. I thought they were just
people were just slapping stickers on their face.
I was like, pop off, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm not sure about that. I'll talk to my students, which I think are, what would they be? Not Gen X, Gen Alpha. I don't know what the cutoff is. I'll see if they have any intel on that.
I don't know, man. The younger generations really scare me.
Yeah, they're really funny though.
Yeah, but that only gets you so far in life.
Yeah, but I mean, times are changing, things are changing, so we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna rapid fire you some questions, and I want you to tell me the first thing that pops into your head. Okay, ready? What's the pettiest thing you remember me doing growing up?
Probably cheating in either some sort of card game or board game.
Really?
Yeah.
If we had a family reality TV show, who would be the villain at it?
You.
Yes. What's one thing you wish you could delete from my memory? From my memory?
I don't know. Probably like some guy you used to talk to, or probably a time I stole something from your closet.
Oh my God. She would steal my clothes. And specifically, there was this one sweater I let her wear one time, and she got fucking red lipstick on it. And I loved it. And I was so pissed. She would always steal clothes from my closet. I'm like, I don't care if you bother him. Just ask.
Yeah, no, I didn't like to ask.
No. So she just took them, and then we'd get in a fight about it. And then somehow it would be my fault. Mom would be like, she just looks up to you. I'm like, that doesn't mean she can just steal my clothes.
I don't really remember Mom getting involved in those fights.
Oh, I do, because I would get all pissed off. What's the dumbest fight we ever had? Other than clothes.
Well, I was going to say clothes was a big one, but this kind of relates to clothes. But do you remember those books that we had growing up that had the clothing stencils? Like you would trace out dresses and stuff. So at the back of the book was like all these special patterned papers, and you could like use this special paper to like, if your dress, you could make it like cheetah print or like zebra print, and it would make it like really cool. I remember one time we all shared the stencils, but you had a book with like your fabrics in it, and I had a book with my fabrics in it. And I remember using your fabrics, and you got so mad at me and you started yelling at me. And then this was when we were like really young, like lived in Concord, and I was probably like 5 and we were fighting about it. And I remember Mom and Dad got involved, and then they were yelling at you because you were yelling at me, and then I just started crying because everyone was yelling.
Oh my God, that's Grace's like default when people are yelling at each other. She normally gets emotional and starts crying.
I don't like confrontation.
And that's like her and I we're similar in some ways, but we're also very different in other ways. Like, you're not a very big like confrontation girly, and I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm super confrontational, but like if I have a problem, like I'm gonna bring it to you and talk to you about it, rather than like beat around the bush or like hold something in that is gonna make me like resent you or more upset with you.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like you're more direct with it.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't speak up. I just feel like I go about it in a way where I try to almost be funny. And then sometimes it backfires. So I'll be like, oh, remember that one time when you like really made me upset and it was like awful? And then they'll be like, no. And I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, like when people,
I don't remember
people tend to like beat around the bush about their feelings. And I'm just like not that way. I'm a very direct communicator. And I'll be like, listen, like I can see where you're coming from, but it upset me that like this happened and like blah, blah, blah. I just think like when you beat around the bush, like issues don't get solved, or like you don't get like acknowledgement, or like you just don't, I don't know. I'm just like a big direct, even in professional like workplaces, I'm like, if there's a problem going on specifically that involves like a couple of people or something, or like only involves me, like instead of addressing the whole workplace about 2 or 3 people that are causing an issue, why don't you just talk to the people individually? Like that's something I don't really understand, because when you do that as a whole, you're not having direct communication, and just so much can get lost in translation that I just feel like what's the point around beating, like,
Yeah. Or
What's
like
the
a
point?
couple people break a rule, so then they get stricter on everyone.
I hate that.
rules. And it's like, well, the rules aren't really affecting everyone. So,
It was just like a couple people that were doing that.
Yeah.
So like, can we just talk to the individual
Yeah.
instead?
yeah. Also, it's
Um,
probably a stupid rule that they were breaking anyways, but whatever.
yeah.
Nonetheless.
Who was your childhood crush that you are low-key embarrassed about?
Embarrassed is kind of crazy.
Grace was also, growing up, something that was very different about us. She was a big relationship girly, and I was single until I was in my 20s.
Yeah. No, I had more boyfriends in my teenage middle school years than I have had in my entire
Grace was like in
post
like 6th grade,
grad.
and she dated the same guy for like 3 years. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
it's
is going
crazy.
on?
No, I loved a relationship. I wouldn't say embarrassed, but one that is probably the funniest is growing up our neighborhood in Martin. There was a boy across the street who's the same age as me. And we would always play dress up growing up. And one of the things we had in the dress up bin was a wedding dress, or like a wedding dress looking like type thing, costume. And I would always be the bride, and this kid would always be the husband, and we would always
We had
get
like
married.
a knight costume, so he would wear like the knight costume,
Yeah.
and he would be like the knight in shining armor, and she would be the, I don't even know.
I was
the-
getting
the
all I
wife.
know is I was getting married often. Like
Yeah,
4
she was
years
getting
old.
married.
Which
We were
is-
like, kids.
No
kids,
wonder why I
kids.
wanted relationships all the time. We're really getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, that's very
But
true.
One of like my favorite pictures growing up is he's sitting in like one of those toy cars that you would like pedal with your feet, but it like looked like a little Tykes thing.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on his lap, and he's crying, and I'm just like, hey.
Grace, you did love him.
Yes.
Shut up, Ben.
Anyway,
Anyways,
I didn't think we were gonna say his name, but that's okay.
Grace
Well,
is not a good driver.
I'm a really good driver in Florida. Remember that was that you had said that was the safest you have ever felt with me driving was when I was driving in Florida,
It's because everyone in Florida drives like slow, like
or
they
really fast.
they got freaking nowhere to be. These Floridians in Ohio, we're zooming and zagging, and we're like gassing on the pedal. And Grace, how many accidents were you in Ohio?
Well, 2, but it was more in the fact that it happened 2 in 2 months. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like I had gotten my car back, and then I got in another accident. So
And then she went to Florida, and she fits right in with all of the old people drivers.
but it's not just slow. Like we have really fast drivers. No, Abby, what? It's like
I didn't even say anything.
Slow people. I can see your face. It's really slow drivers, but then there's people that hate the slow drivers. So they're zigzagging around too. We got a lot of zigzaggers, and no one uses their turn signals, and people don't know how to use roundabouts, and there's roundabouts in a lot of places, but I love a roundabout, so I don't get mad about that.
Remember when we were-
U-turns, there's a median. The whole thing, the issue with Florida, and I don't want to say the issue with the Florida streets, but the thing is everything is a highway there. So on the highway, it's like 45, but it's like a road that you're turning off of a lot, and there's not turning lanes. So all of a sudden you're gonna
coming
be
to
going
a quick stop.
50, but then person 500 feet in front of you is making a right hand turn, and they're taking their good old time. So you're swerving, you're slamming on your. Well, I really try not to slam on my brakes because my poor car, but like you know.
Do you remember when we went to Cincinnati for Nick and Maria's wedding, and Mom is horrible with roundabouts? I thought we were gonna die, and
I think she almost went through the roundabout.
there was multiple times where I think we went the wrong way, the wrong time on a roundabout, like. And I was like, oh, I'll drive, Mom. Like, I got it. I'll drive us. She's like, no, I need practice. I'm like, please, no.
Practicing with her children in the car.
Yeah, with her, we didn't feel safe in the car. Anyways, so that's a whole nother story. What's something you admire about me that you've never said?
Well, I don't know if it's stuff I've never said, but like I always like know you're gonna be loyal to
Uh-huh.
the people you care about in your life. I also know like we had said, like I'm not very confrontational, so I know like I just even remember growing up, like if I was getting in trouble for something, you'd be like, I don't know, it was just like I was never talking back to mom and dad about it, but you would talk back to them for me.
Yeah, because you didn't always deserve to be in trouble.
Yeah, but I don't know, just you'll always have someone's back, like even if you're the person that I will call if I don't want a solution necessarily, but I want to rant about something, and you won't, and I know you'll have my back 100%.
Oh,
like
yeah.
even if I was in the wrong, like we'll talk about it later, but like if I need the space to just
Like vent.
complain about something, yeah.
Yeah, I am a ride or die
Yeah.
friend / like family member.
Yeah, you'll do anything
for my people.
Anything for your people. But you don't also like you don't feel the need to have a lot of people either.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's great because the amount of energy you put into the people that you have is a lot. And I mean, you're busy as it is. So,
Well, thanks, sis.
you're welcome.
Do you want to know mine about you?
I love to be complimented.
She loves a compliment.
I love a compliment.
Do you want to know it?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So what I think about you, I think you're very brave. I think I've seen you. It's so weird when you, like, I've seen her grow from like the time she was a child to now, and I've seen you change so much and always like for the better. Like you're very adaptable and you can change and like but like you being able to decide you want to move to Florida, like that's pretty brave. Like we don't have any family down there. Like that takes like, and like you were so like thought out with it too. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna move to Florida. It was like, okay, I have to get a job. I have to do this. I have to do that. I've seen you become like more brave, like in your work life, in your family life, like. And I know you're not necessarily confrontational, but you have been able to like speak up for yourself more. And I feel like I've also seen you become very decisive, which I think is important. Like I think you've grown a lot and learned like what you want and like what you won't put up with. Mm-hmm. And I think you've done like such a great job like curating like the people that surround you, and they're only gonna like bring you up. They're not gonna be people that necessarily like bring you down. And like it's just so weird watching a human grow up from like being a tiny little child to now you're 25. Yeah. And like I've watched you from the beginning, and like and like I honestly think like you not being in a relationship has been, that's when I saw you start to flourish. Mm-hmm. Like making your own decisions, making your own choices, like doing what you wanted and like putting yourself first. And I think that's really hard for people to do sometimes, is like to put yourself first and like what do you actually want and like what do you need and what do you deserve. Yeah. And I think you've done like such a good job of like figuring that out. And like our life hasn't always been like rainbows and butterflies. Like we've had our challenges, and you've just been very resilient through it all. So I would say you're like very brave, and you're very like overall like very resilient, and like you are a good like, sometimes Grace is someone I call when I need to like rationalize things. Mm-hmm. Like because I can call her when I want to bitch, but like also helping me like think through like, okay, well, how do you think he felt about that? Or what do you think about this? Like if you were that. And I was like, okay, you're not wrong, because like I trust her and I trust her opinion, and I know she'll be like honest with me too. Like I know she's not going to just, because sometimes for me being me, like I will have your back 100%, but sometimes I do need that like person to kind of like calm me down and like be like a more calming presence. And so that's like
that's enough.
So welcome to our sisterly love.
Well, and I think too, like part of it is I feel like in the past I would rely too much on other people to say what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to say because it was sometimes the hard thing to say. So I think like having my being independent, like you just have to do it on your own. Like there's no
You have to just like figure it out.
You
Yeah.
just have to figure it out.
Yeah. What phase of your life are you most proud of, but you don't talk enough about? Which I know you're only 25, so that's kind of like a hard question to answer.
I would say probably like the moving to Florida phase. I think I'm proud of myself for it just because it was like a really hard decision to make. And like, it's not easy being away from my family, but I kind of always had this thing of like always wanting to be in warmer weather. And I'm not saying it's going to be Florida for the rest of my life. Who knows where I'm going to end up?
No, we want her to come back to Ohio.
Yeah, I don't want to come back to Ohio yet. I think just even though that was like a hard decision to make, I really think it was the right decision for me. And just all the work that like goes into like moving, you just have to, like I said, and it's hard because my parents were supportive of me, but they're also like, well, this is your decision. Like, they weren't holding my hand to help me shop for new car insurance or helping me fill out forms to go to the DMV to get a new license. And they shouldn't be, because I'm an adult and that's what you need to do. But it's just interesting when you like living in Florida, seeing like some of the people that moved to Florida, and you're like, oh, you got a job and you don't know how much you're going to be making here, or you don't know if you're full-time or part-time, or you like, it's just, you have to grow up and figure things out, and like it kind of comes to like the sink or swim situation again.
What do you think? What's a moment you remember that you were like, okay, this is what adulting is, and like we're not kids anymore?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like, even with my first job in Ohio, of like having to fill out like my health insurance when I was getting my first full-time job. Like, oh my God, no, I'm kidding. No, well, it's pretty much that. But anytime you have to pick out benefits, God, we just had to re-enroll. And it's just like, I don't know if I need short-term disability. Is something going to happen to me? And then like a whole thing I went through is if I need to get like identity fraud. And I remember I was like calling Dad about it. I'm like, I don't know. It's like only $5 a month. Like, I feel like I should get it. And Dad was like, no one's trying to steal your identity.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not important enough to get your identity
You're not worth
stolen.
enough.
So I was like, okay, fair.
What's something you learned about love or friendships the hard way?
When someone shows you who they are, believe it.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And I think it's not that I want to see the good in people, but I'm just at the end of the day such a lover girl. Mm-hmm. And like, I mean, we talked about the relationships, but I mean, I've been single for a long time.
Hi.
So I know I'm not going to get into a relationship just because I want to, but when someone shows you who they are, believe it. And my other firm thing, I guess I'm pretty firm on, which I'm not saying this is the best advice, but
I can't wait to hear this.
If he wanted to, he would, is a big thing I would tell myself.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
And like anytime I had a hard time getting over someone, I would always go back to the Call Her Daddy episode that, and its title is like, she still doesn't, or he still doesn't like you. And it's just like that confirmation you need that like if he wanted to, he would.
I think if he wanted to, he would, is like a very, it's partially like, part of that is also like the woman knowing their worth.
Yeah.
And like knowing like, okay, like if he's not able to do this for me, then like how is this going to look in the future if like I have a relationship with them? And like it goes back to like if the guys are doing like the little things, like I'm talking like, you know, maybe bringing home flowers, but even just doing like things around the house to like know that like they're thinking about you. Like just like nice little things, writing a note. Like I love a heartfelt card, like with a personal note in them. Like I love when Ben gets me a card and like writes me a note. Like that's all I could ever ask for like birthdays, Christmases, anniversaries. Like that means so much to me. So like someone taking the time to do something nice for you.
Yeah.
And like not even just nice, but like thoughtful. Like flowers are great, but like knowing they thought about you and they put time into thinking about something that might be meaningful to you, I think that like makes a big difference.
And I mean, I like saying that you also have to be like mature and rational if you're someone that uses that. Like it's not like, oh, if he lives in a different state, if he wanted to, he would either fly me out or fly to him right now. Like that's not always realistic. Like people have jobs. They can't just get up and move their entire life. But like, so it's just the idea of you have to be rational with it. And it's not, and if you're a person that likes material things, maybe that isn't the best saying for you either. Cause sometimes people's love language is, like receiving gifts or whatever.
Yeah.
Cause that's not always in the cards for people, but,
I think it's important too, to like know your own love language as well.
Yeah. What are your love languages?
I haven't done it in a long time, but one of them was definitely like.
What do you mean you haven't done it in a long time?
Like the
taking
test.
a quiz?
Yeah. Oh. So I know like quality.
J14.
What?
J14 teen.
Huh?
Do you remember when we would get those magazines growing up?
Oh yeah, and we would like
J14.
fill them out.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it
the little
reminds me.
quizzes. I used to love doing those.
Yeah.
Quality time, acts of service, and what's like the touch? What's
Physical
that?
touch.
Physical touch. Mm-hmm. Those were I think those ones were my highest.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like it has changed a little bit where I do like sometimes receiving a gift, but it's like I want a meaningful gift. I don't want like, I think flowers and like candy and chocolate and stuff like that is great, but like I want something that like like it's something I would really enjoy.
Or it's like when I feel like some of the best times the gifts is like something that like breaks and then you mention it but like you never like replace it or like just like when they're
or something
listening.
like even that you just like have been thinking about buying for a long time but it's like not something you like necessarily need or want. It's just like I would love to have this and like they just like were like, hey, I got you something like just like something that shows like they're listening when you're like talking,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah, they pay attention to detail.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Clocked that.
That's
my favorite thing.
It.
Clock it.
Clock
when
it.
I like at this point with my friends because I feel like I'm not a good gift giver. If I hear
You're a
them
really good gift giver.
But I don't know if I am. Like I just have a hard time with gifts because I hate getting stupid gifts.
Hate it.
Well, I shouldn't say hate, but like
things that I'm not going to use. Another candle or like another coffee mug.
Yeah, I don't like just save your money at that point.
Yeah.
I just try to get stuff that people like actually really need or want
or will use.
So now it's like as soon as I hear anyone say like, "Oh, I need this," or "Oh, that broke," or this or that, like I literally write it in my phone notes app because I'm like, because you can never think of gifts either for yourself or
I have
for
a
other
phone.
people. When
I have a notes app too
that
I keep ideas then.
Yeah.
I also like, I would rather give a gift that's like quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And I would also rather receive gifts that are quality over quantity. Like you can buy me more stuff, but it could just be like junk stuff that I don't need. I'm going to end up throwing away.
And that's why too, like, I'm not in a point where I can buy like lavish gifts for people or gifts
neither am
that I
I
think people deserve like, or should get. So that's why I sometimes prefer more of like an acts of service type thing. Like I would rather like reorganize mom's pantry for her than like
or like decorate her tree.
Or decorate her tree.
We always decorate her Christmas tree. She loves it.
Yeah. Or
we always help put up Christmas decorations. Like she loves that.
One thing about me, we got to keep men busy. Gotta keep guys busy. Have tasks. They need to have hobbies. A man that's not busy gets in trouble.
Also, just like I need my own time.
Yeah.
Like I do not want a guy that is a stage 5 clinger. which Grace does.
We might,
Grace has different
Cleaner.
opinions on that. But like I don't want someone that's like constantly by my side, like, and doesn't have like something that like they're using me to like drive their purpose almost. And like I would
Oh yeah, you have to have your own goals and ambitions.
yeah.
For sure.
And like I don't need someone, because I'm a very independent person. Like
Right.
I don't need someone like catering to me, and like I want someone that's gonna like go enjoy their own time with their
Right.
friends. And I also want to be able to be like, yeah, I don't really want to do that, so like
Yeah.
you go ahead, but like
Right.
I'm staying home tonight.
And I feel like that's where like things can change too, because I'm just at a point in my life where I've been independent for so long that I want someone to be able to do stuff with, and I want someone to like take care of me and stuff like
Any
that.
stage 5 clangers out there
But, like,
looking for
I'm
a
not saying,
smoking hot
like,
redhead?
I'm not singing clinger. Like I don't want someone constantly around me. Like I need my alone time as well. But
You just in relationships, you require more like just attention. I feel like more than like I require,
right, probably.
which isn't like a bad.
Maybe that's the baby child in me. Like
Yeah,
I just,
fucking attention whore.
oh. Okay.
Okay.
Rude.
What's the best advice you'd give your younger self?
Boys are bad, girls are mean.
Yeah,
I'm just
my dad used to tell us when I was at the age when I like kind of started dating and talking to guys. Anytime I'd leave the house, he'd be like, "Abby, what are boys?" And I'd be like, "Bad."
yeah, boys are bad. Mom added on the girls are mean. I
Girls
think
are
that's
mean.
Probably when I was hitting like my peak drama of like middle and high school when that got added on. But girls aren't as mean now. You just have to find the right girls.
You have to find the right girls, but it takes time to find the right girls, and it's not
or
easy.
you get lucky and you have the same girlfriends from pretty much high school.
Yeah.
Middle school.
Yeah, I have the same girlfriends from high school,
Yeah.
and like I'm so grateful for that. And I have
Yeah.
like other girlfriends that I'm like good friends with, but like they're like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It took me a while though to find those people.
Yeah. And I feel like I really am blessed with like the Florida experience of like finding the girls down there. Like I found like some great girls down there, which I feel like sometimes when you go to different states or like especially like bigger cities like that, and I mean there's a lot of money in Florida. Like you can find some really like interesting girls, like girls that I almost like don't believe are real. Like you see like the big TikTokers, like I don't know, like they're just very I don't know, but I feel like a lot of that lifestyle is in Florida as well.
Yeah.
And I just got really lucky where like I have
Down to earth friends.
but I think it's because like some of my friends were already down there and my friends are similar to me, so they found girlfriends that are similar to them.
Yeah.
And honestly, I found a lot of friends through work.
That's
which
where
was
we've
really
always
great.
been similar to. Like we blend like our like friend groups. Like and like as soon as Ben and I started dating, like he was interacting with all of my friends, their spouses. I would throw parties with his cousins and his like I just like mesh all of my friend
Yeah.
groups because I want everyone to be friends.
Right.
And like I feel like you and I are similar in that way where
Yeah.
like all of the friends we have, they can get along so well with other people. It's
Right.
like and same with my husband's friends. Like so we just like mash everyone together and like I never feel like there's going to be like awkward tension or like
Right.
anything like weird. Like I know
Right.
we're going to have a good time.
Right. And I think it also comes to like we don't pretend to be someone we're not either. So it's not
Yeah.
like you have to act differently in front of your work friends versus your going out friends.
Yeah.
Versus your book club friends or whatever friends you have.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I feel like we're very true to like who we are as people and like how I act in my everyday life. No matter what I'm doing is like
Right.
authentically me, which was not always the case. Like it took me time to like get there and be like
Yeah.
comfortable with like who I am.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But like I am now at a place where like if you don't like me, like you don't like me, and I honestly really don't care. Your loss. But like I'm so secure in like my relationships that I have now that
Right.
like I'm not changing for anyone.
yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I think
And
there's
I
ways
think
to
it's-
grow. There's
yeah.
difference between like growing and like bettering yourself versus like changing your whole personality for a friend or a boy or like whatever it may be.
I was gonna say meaningful change has to come from within anyways. Like if you're changing just for the sole purpose of to like impress someone or be friends with someone or try to get someone's attention, like that's not meaningful change. Then you're just trying to change for someone else. I'm not saying people can't encourage you to change and become better versions of yourself, but it's also true for the opposite way. Like people can bring you down and make you not feel as great too. So, but I feel like the best change is like when you decide it's time for you to have it to happen.
Yeah. Sisters, there were never such devoted sisters.
Never had to have a chaperone.
No, sir. I'm here to keep my eye on her.
Sharing,
caring, every little thing that we are wearing.
When a certain gentleman
Arrives in Rome, she wore the dress and I stayed home. All kinds of weather, we stick together. The same in the rain or sun. Ah,
two different faces.
We're in tight places.
We
think and we act as one.
Those who see us
know that not a thing can come between us. I think that's all I got for that. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode. Maybe we'll have her on the pod again. So if you guys have questions for her, please write in. But we'll be back for another episode. So we'll see you later. Bye.